All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Tone Vays. Let me center myself here a little bit. All right. No audio problems this time. Okay. We are going straight to the charts. I am doing my best to catch up on geopolitics, but I'm also spending all my time trying to make sure this event is the best event in the world. So we're going straight to the charts, and hopefully the political channel will start in about a month or two. And then we can try to catch up, unless there is world peace by then, which I doubt. So let's talk charts. We have still this ascending triangle on the monthly scale. The month is rapidly coming to an end. We have about 4 days to go. I fly off to Brazil tomorrow. Time is flying. I am so not ready for that trip. Whoever keeps asking me to check Instagram for a message, probably about Brazil, I have so many people messaging me on Instagram, mostly scammers or just people saying hi and hello without any reason for me to reply to them. You're gonna have to contact me another way. Maybe use the contact form on the tonebase.com. And if it's about Brazil, I'll probably reply. Anyway, we'll leave it there. So monthly chart, we are about to cross the next moving average. The moving averages are about to cross over. This is not a good sign, guys. Not a good sign. Not much more to say on a monthly scale, but in 4 days, that month will end. As you can see, the weekly scale has crossed the Lucid SAR. That is another bearish indication. We got many bearish indications here on the weekly scale. We are now below 2 moving averages. They are both declining. They are below each other. The only moving average that is saving us right now is the long-term 200-week moving average. And I don't believe Bitcoin would fall below this moving average. But is it possible that it can fall to the moving average? And the answer is yes, it is certainly possible. But I don't think it's possible to fall far below it. Can we swing a little bit below it? Yes, it's possible, but I don't believe we will ever touch $17,700. I don't think we will ever touch this MRI support line. I think we will hold above it no matter what. I don't think Bitcoin has the ability to fall that low. The reason why this statement is so important is because a lot of people are basing their future on what happens with Bitcoin over the next decade. And knowing the probability of Bitcoin falling below $17,000 over the next decade is very, very critical to how you plan out the rest of your life. So to me, I am prepared mentally and financially for a $22,000 Bitcoin. Are you prepared mentally and financially for a $22,000 Bitcoin? If you are not prepared mentally and financially for a $22,000 Bitcoin, your position in Bitcoin is grossly overleveraged or it's just too big. Okay, you need to cut that position lower. Now, for some people, 10% in Bitcoin is too big. For others, 90% in Bitcoin is not big enough. So you have to look at your own personal situation. A person that, let's say, acquired all their Bitcoin at $100 and now sitting on thousands of Bitcoins and doesn't, drive a new Lambo every week, that person has no problem holding all their money in Bitcoin, having it drop to $22,000 and still, live their life. Okay. But if that person, upgrades their super yacht every few months, that person probably can't withstand the $22,000 Bitcoin with 100% position in Bitcoin, right? So it really depends on your personal situation. But you have to understand that this is the ultimate support. And two things need to happen in your life in order for you to withstand this ultimate support. Either you need to be comfortable and hold through it, or you need to have the fiat to buy the dip. Okay. Now, here's another problem with the situation, mental problem, is if you sell all your Bitcoin now, anticipating that it's going to fall to this and you get to buy the dip and double all your money, you may not get the chance. So selling it all now being 100% sure it's going to happen is also not the right plan of action. Okay, so these are just like some words of wisdom that you guys need to keep in mind. Rajab, if you could, maybe, I don't know if you want to put your Instagram handle in the live chat about Rio, or maybe you can message me on Telegram, and you should be able to figure out what my handle is on Telegram. Though I don't reply to many people, but if you make your message very, very clear, that can happen. Maybe one of the moderators can help you, like Motorist or Mel or Jimmy G, and I can get your contact that way and then connect with you on Instagram. Or just post your Instagram handle right in my chat, and then I'll grab it from there and I'll follow you back, and then we can connect. Okay, so that's the weekly view. The 4-day chart. We are rebounding slightly, but that didn't last very long. This is a very ugly looking chart once again. Am I ready to take on a bearish position in Bitcoin? I'm not. I'm really not. I'd rather buy the dip. I would rather just buy the dip. I'm not comfortable taking on a short position right now, a bearish position. I don't like the overall look of Bitcoin for a massive short position. I'm not 80% confident in a short position. Remember, guys, shorting Bitcoin is like looking at the sun. You need to do it very carefully and in very short increments. And I just don't like shorting because it feels like I'm chasing. I did attempt to do a short right here, which is about the same price where we are now. But this was a different situation. The reason why this was a different situation is because, first of all the moving averages were in my favor a little bit better. No, I can actually debate against that. It was better in that they were all declining and all below each other, but the price was way lower from the long-term moving average. Here, the price is way closer to the long-term moving average, which makes it a more advantageous bullish position. Here's what prevents me from taking on a bullish position. The fact that the last swing high broke the prior double top. That made me believe that we are back in a bull market. And when I had to give up on that position, admitting that we're not in a bull market, I don't believe we're really in a bear market. And by the time we break below this area, we have now spent so much time in a declining market that that we could still reverse any day, just reverse any day. Hey guys, before I go on, I keep forgetting because it's only a few weeks away. The website bitcoinforgirls.com has 3 consecutive events in Chicago in a row. Okay, there is a North Shore Bitcoin meetup in Chicago, May 11, BitDevs in Chicago, May 12, and a really awesome debut of Bitcoin Blitz, which is a chess tournament put on by Mike Jermuz of Lightning Ventures. And this is the first time it's attempted. And hopefully this chess tournament will be coming to every Bitcoin event, around the world, hopefully. We definitely want to have this at the next Unconfiscatable, which will eventually happen. Don't know the dates yet. Probably not the first quarter of 2023, probably a little bit later. And there'll be Bitcoin bowling. These are really, really cool, fun initiatives. So check these out. If you are in Chicago, if you are around Chicago, if you're in Wisconsin, if you're in Michigan, you guys are all close. St. Louis, come out and join them. All right. So the one website that has all 3 is Bitcoin for Girls. You can also click on these individually to check out BitDevs in Chicago, which is a really good event. I've been to the ones in New York. I think I've been to one in Miami. So check these out. And there's also a meetup on the 11th. So you have 3 events in a row. I will do my best to try and make it. I have this window in the United States before going to London, but there's only so much you can do of nonstop travel without taking at least a break. So meet up in Panama as well. If you are, in Texas or Miami, it's only a short flight. You're not gonna regret coming to Panama. Trust me, you will not regret this. If you come out to the Bitcoin meetup, it's called Crypto and Blockchain, but I'll make sure it's more Bitcoin. The Bitcoin meetup in Panama City is going to be freaking awesome. Okay, so there's only so much travel I can do. Chicago 11, 12, and 13. I do want to play in that chess tournament. I'll lose real quick, but it's so much fun. Anyway, I'll leave it there for you guys. And of course, the financial summit. This is what I'm focused on. So traveling around the world, I'm hanging out every night, drinking is not exactly selling tickets, right? It's me directly telling people about this event. Though hanging out and drinking could be selling the tickets. In London, I am going to AIM Summit. In Brazil, where I fly to tomorrow, I'm speaking at Crypto Minds. I still need to make my presentation. All right, let's move on with the daily chart. Okay, so this is bad. I know Mel, one of the moderators, hates it when I say this is bad, but this is bad. We've broken very critical support on a daily timescale. Our only hope now is to try and hold the MRI support line while reaching an MRI buy in about 3 days. Okay, that's going to be a huge challenge. Huge challenge. In order to reach that MRI buy, we actually have to have a new low close. But if that low close is below, 37.5, that's going to break the MRI support line, which is not a good sign in general. Though it's not as critical as the breaking of current support. The break of this trend line, the break of this horizontal support, these are not good signs for Bitcoin. Yes, the moving averages are crossing into a bullish direction, but that's not going to last. They're going to cross back over in a matter of days. This scenario is completely out the window. This is not happening anymore. We were not able to hold the break of the moving averages, and we got rejected hard. And this rejection will probably create more pain. I am sticking with this arrow. Are we going to get all the way down to 25,000? I don't know, but you have to be mentally and financially prepared for that scenario. What's my short-term target for 1 to 2 months? I'm in a really tough position right now. Because if this was any other asset but Bitcoin, I would have a July target of under $25,000. That's all I'll say. Man, almost had to sneeze. If this was any other asset, the target would be under $25,000 this summer. Because with every new low close, we inch closer to the prior low close, which creates more bearish momentum. And it's impossible for me. This is why I'm in a tough position. It is absolutely impossible for me to pick a low price target anywhere between current price and a new visibly significant low. What is a new visibly significant critical low? Well, our prior closing low was right there. It was at 29,700. So it's impossible for me to pick any price target within the zone of current price and 29.7, whatever that was. I have a memory like a fish. 29.7, yeah, 29.7. So if you force me to pick a price target for this year, a low price target, that price target has to be approximately no higher than $27,000 because I just can't pick a target in this zone. There's no support in this zone whatsoever. Okay. As a, well, I have the DXY chart up, which is something I really wanted to talk about. Holy shit. The DXY chart, we're going to go through this transition, right? The DXY chart right now is on a 1 hour MRI top right now taking place. I don't know why it takes so long to load the indicator, but probably because I have 8,000 tabs open. We are on a 1 hour MRI top in the US dollar, which happens to be inside a monster 4 hour MRI top on the US dollar when it loads, which happens to be inside a 6 hour MRI top, though I don't think 6 hour matters, which also happens to be inside the 12 hour MRI top. Oh, I'm sorry. The next 4 hour candle is going to be an MRI top in 29 minutes, but there will be in 29 minutes, there will be an MRI top, but the 1 hour MRI top is right now. Now we also have the daily MRI top and the weekly MRI top and the monthly MRI top. This is not a trifecta. This is like a quintuplo or something, right? I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. There's also extension C's. This is absolutely insane. Okay. Hold on 1 second, guys. Right, back. So this is absolutely insane. Now, if you ask me, if the US dollar turns, where is support for the US dollar? Well, interestingly, we're only at prior swing highs, but the support for the US dollar would probably be around here, around 98, 97, like right before this exponential jump. But this is a different case. I wanted to show that because I'm going to flip the chart. Like the US dollar, that's insane. So let's pick a stock. Let's just pick a stock, right? Let's pick a stock that's been like down. Let's go with Netflix, for example. Netflix. I'm still bearish on Netflix, by the way. But in Netflix, you see how I have very clear support. I've stated the support a long time ago. Not a long time ago, but like a week or two ago. This is my support for Netflix. Right there at 130. Can it reach 130? I don't know, right? But I have the 130 price target. The reason why I have the 130 price target is because I wasn't going to pick these lows as price targets. I needed a lower price target because when you get to a prior swing low or close enough to it, I expect it to go down. It was the same scenario. Once you approach these swing lows, you expect it to go to the next one. Once you approach these swing lows, you expect it to go to the next one. Once you approach these swing lows, you expect it to make a noticeably lower low. So my target for Netflix has to be somewhere between this last critical low and some other low point, some other support point. So Netflix reversing anywhere from 3 seconds ago to right here is a very reasonable area for a reversal. That's just how markets work. Now take it back to Bitcoin daily chart or weekly chart. Let's go to weekly chart, right? For the same exact logic, I cannot assume any area of reversal for Bitcoin between current price and the last swing low. It's the same exact scenario as the Netflix chart. Just like in the Netflix chart, I drew my critical line. On Netflix, it's $130. On Bitcoin, it is just under 20,000. But right above that is another perfect area of support, being the long-term moving average sitting at 22. But realistically, for me, the only place I would pick a price target for a Bitcoin reversal is somewhere between, a noticeably lower low than the last swing low, which let's say is 28.6, and the the most optimistic area of support being the moving average. See, this is the area where I would think it can reverse, and I would probably even lower that a smidge because I'm just using the swing low, and I would like to see a noticeable lower close and a noticeable lower swing. So this is the realistic area from a TA perspective. But we know Bitcoin is special, and there's only so much Bitcoin, and another halving is coming, and hodlers are eating it up. And you can tell by the, whoa, this just dropped like a stone in the 1 hour chart. We can tell by the GBTC premium, ooh, which took a little bit of a dip. You know, it could only hold up so many falling days in a row, right? But this rise in GBTC premium still tells me there's less and less Bitcoin up for sale. Less and less Bitcoin up for sale. We did break the line though. This 1 hour chart is nasty, and I have to anticipate new swing lows off of that candle. Still has 24 minutes to go. It can recover. Okay. Oil, I continue to be bullish. Gold, I continue to be bullish. And in gold, this is my realistic line of support. And if that breaks, we have this trend line. Okay, so these are the two realistic areas of support for gold. Let's play the same game in gold. Same game in gold. If gold breaks this trend line, where would I expect a potential reversal in the price of gold? Well, just like with Bitcoin, it would need to establish a new clear swing low close, which is somewhere here, and a full-blown pullback to its original breakout. Imagine, you know, Peter Schiff's heart if the price of gold goes back down to 1380. Can that happen? Yeah, it can happen. We never back tested the area of the breakdown or breakout, sir. Never back tested this. But for the same logic that we are now in a gold uptrend that needs to break out of this like cup and handle situation. But if it doesn't, you have two areas of legitimate support. Ideally, this horizontal, don't go below the prior swing high. And then this trend line. But the moment we close below this trend line, the moment we start closing, you know, in this 1800, like just below 1800, man, gold's in trouble. And I'm not going to expect a reversal from this area. Can it happen? Of course it can happen. Anything can happen. Just like with Bitcoin, did I expect a reversal? Well, on a daily scale, there was a reason for a pullback right here based on the 200-day moving average. But on a 4-day time scale, did I anticipate a reversal right here? I really didn't. I thought there would be like a mild pullback based on the daily hitting the 200 and the MRI top. You can see it right there. I guarantee that if you go back to these videos, you will see me talk about this as a potential reversal in Bitcoin, but only back to the moving average and then hopefully reverse, but it just broke through it. So I did anticipate a reversal here, not to be this bad, however. I expected this reversal to be a little bit better, but it wasn't. And this tells me Bitcoin is weaker than I anticipated. All right, I'm going off on random tangents and rambling. This is pretty much it for me. I talked about the dollar. We can talk about Twitter. I have a hard time explaining why the price of Twitter is not $54.20. Potentially because somebody knows something, and maybe Elon may not get to buy this company after all. So I don't know. The price of Twitter should be $54.20. I do not have an explanation as to why it isn't. I like to see Facebook go down in a fiery death. I think it's very bad company. I think it's a very bad company for humans. I want AMD to go up. I think that's a good company for humans. But unfortunately, I guess their chips aren't selling very well. Tilray. Well, the overall market is probably down. The overall market is down. It's rallying a little bit, but it's not a good week for the market. I still think the cannabis sector will do well in the near future. All right, guys, I need to go. I need to work. Tone, reply to your messages on WhatsApp. Okay. I don't see any messages from someone that matches your username on YouTube. CB Brazil. I don't see any messages from you. Are you sure you're messaging me and not a scammer? See, that's the other thing, right? You're probably messaging a scammer who has stopped using the account. Like you think you're messaging me, but you're probably messaging a fake me, which happens all the time. This is how people get scammed. There are no DMs in my WhatsApp. I'm in I have a million unread messages from group chats. But not from any direct people. All right. I'm gonna get going, guys. I think we covered enough. Check out all of these meetups in Chicago. My friends are organizing them. You have the North Shore Bitcoin meetup May 11, Chicago BitDevs May 12, and Bitcoin Blitz chess tournament on May 13th. I will try to make it there because I do plan to be in the US those days, but I can't promise because I just have a couple of days off between Brazil, Panama, and flying off to London. All right. And join us at the financial summit. All right, guys. All right. Thank you all for watching. And see you all on the next one, guys. I do have an Instagram account. Guys, all my accounts are Tone Vays. Okay. I am Tone Vays on Instagram. It's identical to my Twitter handle. Also, all this stuff is on it should be on my website, right there. Actually, I think that works, right? So if you go to tonevays.com, there is a thing down here that says Instagram. You click on it, and I hope it takes you, yep, Tone Vays Instagram. That is my Instagram. I need to post more. So you can find the real one from my website. There's also my LinkedIn, my YouTube, my Twitter. And I'm not sure where that takes me, but I'm not going to click on it. There's also a contact page that I sometimes answer. All right, guys. All right. Thank you all for watching, and see you all on the next one. Bye, guys. Tahir, I don't think you spoke to me because I would have remembered your name. I do not think you spoke to me. But I don't know. This is the problem. Hopefully Elon can solve this problem in Twitter and then buy Facebook and solve this problem in Facebook too. Because Facebook owns Instagram and WhatsApp. Like if you're talking to me, ask for some kind of proof that you're talking to me. Always ask for proof that you're talking to me. That proof could be in several forms. That proof could be, hey, Tone, I want to make sure I'm not being scammed. Can we do a 3-minute Zoom call? Hey, Tone, can you just click video call on this app, whether that app is Telegram or WhatsApp or Instagram? They have video calls, right? If you're speaking to me and you're about to pay money, which is almost never happens, right? I will never ask you for money either. If you want to know if you're actually talking to me, ask for proof. Or, hey, can you send me a DM on Twitter, right? Because on Twitter, if I DM you, it's an account with 300,000 followers, right? You know it's my Twitter, right? Because you can just click on my name. So there's lots of ways to verify if you're speaking to the real Tone Vays. All right. Bye, guys. I'm going to make sure I turn off the video this time.